Hey everyone, this is David. No, 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 no. We are just doing a quick hit here on Tuesday afternoon. One of the main things I just want to jump on here for a few minutes and cover. It's a quick hit, guys. Did you love my chat earlier today with the one, the only Kato Kaylin? Kato is truly, I know you might think I say this about all the guests, but I don't. Kato's truly one of my favorites. I mean, you don't think it's iconic having Kato Kaelin on this podcast? That is not lost on me. I'm kind of obsessed with Kato Kaelin. I loved having him on earlier today. Go and listen. We talk all about OJ, Kardashians. It's really interesting. But I'm here to talk about, I'm more shocked about Marcus, Jordan, and Larsa ending it than I am about definitely Tom and Ariana and Kyle in Mauricio. I don't know. I really wanted these two to work out. You know what I gotta say? Why? And I know when you're in the public eye and life is all about Instagram, but why? Like, if I met someone, I would just keep it under wraps, like forever. Probably forever, but at least until it was like really going somewhere. I don't know. Why does everyone reveal everything? And I know it was a year, but like it's just we made such a big deal out of this, and we were on Watch What Happens, Larson. We were talking about promise rings and just I mean, you threw him a party when he was away for 5 days, all that to just fucking break up. I'm actually more shocked about this for real than I was about Kyle and Mauricio. Yes, it's because I heard all the rumors about Mauricio on the boots on the ground for years and certainly more than Tom and Ariana. But I'm shocked. I am a little shocked. I'm sad. I'm saddened. I don't know. Why aren't more people outraged? Is it because 1 point something million watch Beverly Hills and 400,000 watch Miami, and anything Miami related is just like a B-list story? I don't think that's true, but why? I can't figure it out. Um, I really wanted it to work out. I don't know. I have Larsa was on this podcast. I know you all came for Larsa. She revealed Gertie's cancer diagnosis before Gertie did. I know. I have a soft spot for Larsa. I don't know. I found her one-on-one interview with me. I found her to be shy. I think she's like a shy interview, which might sound crazy, but I think, I don't know. I have a little soft spot for her. So I'm shocked. There's rumors that had nothing to do with the family dynamic. There's other rumors that, yes, that Marcus's dad, Michael Jordan, did not approve. There was a big age difference. Also, Michael Jordan and Scottie from the NBA days, they don't get along. They had beef on the court. See, I said court, not field. I'm not that gay, guys. I know the difference between a court and a field. Basketball is played on a court. Football is played on a field. Yes. So Butch today. So Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, the father of her children, have beef from the court. So there's a lot of inside sources saying that, the Scottie Michael beef, and then I mean this would kind of make them family if they ever got, engaged or married, and Michael Jordan did not approve and just put it out there, and they laughed it off, but it really hurt Larsa. Either way, they're on a break. It's over. I'm a little shocked. What happens to the podcast? Separation anxiety. I think the podcast is over. Was the podcast anything even? All these housewives podcasts come and go. Does anyone remember my appearance on Whoop It Up with the OG of the OC, Vicky Gunvalson? Remember that podcast? For every two T's, there's a lot of failures, lots of failures in the housewives world. Someone told me the other day, and I'm officially only really discussing New Jersey on Patreon, which is where we're headed anyway during the season. I am going to be recapping New Jersey, handling New Jersey. That will only be on Saturdays on Patreon. We have some guests coming up for that, but New Jersey season is nowhere to be found anyway. So I know, April, although that may not be true. And I got stuff to say about that on Patreon this Saturday as well. But just speaking of New Jersey, even though I'm keeping all the conversation to Patreon on Saturdays, someone said Margaret's podcast, which I was also on. Speaking of podcasts that just have gone away, someone said that Margaret's Caviar Dreams is no longer making new episodes. Go and listen to my episode. Give the Modge a download. I had a good time on Marge's podcast back in the day with Lexi, but someone said that one is now headed to the Housewives graveyard of podcasts in the sky. So RIP Caviar Dreams. If it's true, I think it's true. Gonna be a really interesting Traitors reunion, right? I still think Phaedra will go far. The Black Widow, Miss Shallow, Poverty. Love her, love her, love her. And I still think, why is no one thinking that our MJ can go far? Sheree's got some game in her. So let's just see what happens with the Traitors. Gonna be an interesting reunion, right? With Marcus and Larsa there. You know, guys, why is the jaded David behind the velvet rope mind New Yorker coming out? But I'm sure it's true. I'm sure there's a breakup. No, I don't think Kyle staged all of this, a year later after all of this has happened. It's real. But why is no one suggesting that maybe, possibly, this is Larsa's season 7 storyline and this is a little fabricated? Look, the difference is, I don't think there is no difference in the sense that Kyle is not in jeopardy of losing her job on Beverly Hills. And I don't think Larsa Pippen is in jeopardy of losing her job on Miami. I do think it's time to stir that pot down there in Miami and mix up this cast, if you want my opinion. I don't think Larsa is at jeopardy to go, but Larsa is no Kyle in the sense that Kyle is going nowhere ever. I have said this before thousands of times. I think Kyle is the number 2 most protected housewife. I think you can fire anyone. I think Teresa is the number 1 most protected housewife, has no chance of ever losing her job. Sorry to all the Melissa fans out there. It's not going to happen. And I think Kyle is the 2nd most protected housewife out there, who also has no chance of ever losing her job. I don't think Larsa's in the top 5, but Larsa is not losing her job on Miami. I don't think she needs a fake storyline, but just sprinkle this in. It ain't bad for season 7. I don't know why no one's talking about the fact that we are heading into a reunion. The reunion looks have been released. I voted Kiki my number 1. I voted Adriana my number 2. I voted Larsa my number 3. And I voted Julia Lemikova, one of the worst dressed housewives in the history of housewives, for a reunion. I hated it, Julia. I fucking hated it. I'm sorry. Adriana, Miss Demora, 60 something, you looked fucking great. But I don't know. Isn't it possible that some of this could be tied to Larsa's season 7 and it's not a bad idea? And it could, I think it's real, but sometimes we break up and sometimes we get back together. So is it like a breakup? I mean, Kim and Croy have broken up 7,000 times. I think it's real, but I don't think it hurts her season 7. I don't know why no one's talking about that. Right? Um, Larsa has posted to her social media, is it okay if your friends follow your ex? She asks everyone in the world, but really, she's asking Lisa Hochstein. And by the way, Kyle Richards, I'm sick of your lies, girl. I am sick of Kyle Richards' lies. Kyle Richards lies. I got nothing against Kyle. When Kyle does this recent interview and she says she's not sure where her life is going to be tomorrow, she's not sure where her life is going to be in a few years. Every year she says the same thing. Never say never. And when the contracts go out for the new season, she will see if she's comfortable sharing whatever's going on in her life on the TV. And if not, it will be time for her to leave RHOBH. And one day it will be time for her to leave RHOBH. Stop your fucking lies, Kyle fucking Richards. Stop them. Do not lie to my Behind the Velvet Rope listeners anymore. Whatever is going on with your life, whether you are comfortable or not, you will sign your contract and you will be back to RHOBH. So just stop these lies. make for good headlines, girl. I understand. It keeps all your little minions on the edge of their seat. I have nothing against Kyle. I actually like Kyle on the damn show. I just don't want her to lie anymore. Stop it. Just stop it. It's enough already with your lies, Miss Richards. Stop. Lisa Vanderpump, we see in the coming attractions for tonight, says that she just does not understand. And Tom, just be a gentleman and just leave the house. Just give up your portion. How do you two live together? The two of you holding on and living in one house. I agree with all that. I don't know how they're doing it either, girl. But you know what, Lisa Vanderpump? There are people that are worth less than $75 million that, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in interest in a house. It's a lot of money, girl. So Lisa Vanderpump, I get it. But just remember, girl, what does the price of milk cost? How much does it cost to fill up a tank of gas? And whatever that is, to a lot of people. I understand that's $1 million. I don't know. That was the wrong analogy, David. But the bottom line is, easy for Lisa to say, just move out and give up this interest when you have like $50 to $75 million. Right? Come on, Lisa. Miss DeSorbo. I don't think the powers that be at Bravo are happy with Paige DeSorbo. Miss DeSorbo, Mrs. Future Conover has posted Winter House was canceled, which we talked about here before, that it's not coming back this year. And Bravo, the Bravo execs have said, not so fast, Miss DeSorbo. You were not even on last season of Winter House. How dare you speak about this, Paige DeSorbo, even though at night when you're sucking Craig's dick, he tells you secrets about Winter House. They say it's on pause. Because a year from now, after being on pause, we're all going to be dying for the new season of Winter House, right? Paige was right. Paige was right. And Paige is over here. I'm in LA today, but I was just in New York this past weekend. It's Fashion Week. I mean, Paige is just serving. She's serving some good looks. I mean, she shows these housewives stuff. She's posing with Jessel Tank and all these other Bravo Lives and all the shows. I don't know. I like Paige's style. You get a pass from me, Paige. I like it. I like it, girl. Um, so much for a quick hit. We are now, come on, guys. We're over the limit of what a quick hit should be, but Rachel goes rogue. She's still talking on this podcast. I say, how long could she talk about Vanderpump Rules? I guess as long as the season's on, this is going. I know she's talking about mental health and everything too. Speaking of which, Rachel Leviss looked phenomenal at Fashion Week. Phenomenal. She walked in 2 shows. Do you realize this? This girl is really reinventing herself. Still think you made the wrong decision. Still think you should have gone back to Vanderpump. But she walked in 2 shows. She was in New York. She's living her best life. Great. She's now come out on her podcast this week and said Tom is a narcissistic asshole. Well, girl, a lot of people would have already said that they knew that before. I like Tom. But lots of you don't. So there you go. If you weren't sure, Rachel Leviss has said he is a narcissistic asshole. And she says that he love bombed her. Well, that's what narcissists do. By the way, just for the record, I hate. I am so freaked out when someone love bombs me. Like, I get it. When I was like 2 years old and I was young, I used to love it. But for the past 20 to 30 decades, as an adult, I hate when someone love bombs me. I find it so fucking strange. But I see how people could fall for it. But she has revealed that she received a huge package. Her and Tom would write letters to each other when she was at the Meadows. And she received a huge package with not 1, not 2, but 3 items. A big splurger, Mr. Sandoval, sent her 3 items. The first one was like a friendship lamp, which I've never heard of such a thing. I know, like a mood ring, a friendship bracelet, but apparently there's a friendship lamp, which changes, you pre-program it to Bluetooth and it changes color. No, I don't know if that's like the lightning bolt necklace where Tom has a lamp and she has a lamp, and when hers turns purple, his turns purple, and purple means happy. And then hers turns pink and his turns pink, and hers turns blue and his turns blue, or if it's just programmed based on your own mode or whatever. But she thought that was a cool gift, a lamp that changes colors. Then she got an Us Weekly with, in the upper right-hand corner, a box. Whoever was on the cover The Sandoval made the front page as part of it, and it was her and Tom, and she said, I always dreamed of being on the cover of a magazine. And even though it was like this, through the worst experience of my life, I am thrilled to be on the cover of Us Weekly. So the second gift was good. The first gift was even better. But the third item in the box was the N for Miss Leviss. It was a letter from Mr. Sandoval, and it said he has never, in all the time that he has known her, and in all the time that they were dating, he has never seen her so dependent on a place. And he put down the Meadows, and he suggested she leave, pick up and leave the Meadows. And she said, I am not to be love bombed anymore. I am not under the influence of a narcissistic asshole. Her words, Tom, not mine. I don't mind you. And she said that letter was the straw. He was diminishing the work she was doing at the Meadows. He was diminishing the Meadows, her new happy place. And that letter was the letter that said to her, I need to leave. It is over. Tom Sandoval, you can leave. And she thought about all the rumors and nastiness. She might have even popped onto Instagram and read a little bit about reality volunteers in that minute, but she said, it is over with Mr. Sandoval. How dare he put down the place where I am trying to get help. That was the end for Rachel Leviss. Or I should say, formerly Raquel. Maybe at that very moment, she decided to become Rachel. But there we go. I like the girl. I think walking in fashion shows, being in fashion shows, reinventing yourself. She's looking gorgeous. But again, I just think eventually, can this podcast sustain itself talking just about your experiences with Tom and Graham Cracker and Jamesy James and how mean Ariana and Lala and Katie were to you? The girls were mean and LVP was not there for you. I just think eventually, right, there has to be something else. And I know she's talking about mental health, and I hope the podcast lasts. I just want to know the vision for the future. That's all. Just trying to help. That's it, guys. I have other things to talk about. There's a whole Tamara development that has happened today. The rat that Scotties. We'll have to save that for later this week and this weekend on Patreon. We have to do some Jersey stuff and this whole April return date. I'm not so sure about that, you guys. This is a quick hit. I gotta go. I love you all. I need to go get a haircut. Love you all. Let's work. Let's have some fun today. Hope you like this. And listen to this episode earlier today with Kato Kalin. Last week, Michael Lohan. This week, Kato Kalin. Two of my favorites ever. Do you think I say that about all the guests? I don't. Love you all. Thank you for listening to me. Why 5 years into this are you still listening to anything I have to say? I love you all for that. Bye.